Hey everybody, I'm Chris Brady from chrisbrady.com, and I want to wish you all a happy new year. And I'm very excited for this year. It has been a very rough probably 18 months, not really just 2020, um but I know for most of us this was a really rough year for different reasons, whether it was job related or relationship related. um, Homeschooling happened to a lot of us who really never hoped to homeschool. So there were, a lot of changes that were kind of forced upon us, and we had to really learn how to figure things out. And so when the new year comes, and everyone's saying Happy New Year's, and this is a really wonderful time, and we're kind of just back into a different version of a lockdown, and nothing's really changed that much. As far as how we're living our lives, we're still homeschooling, doing a lot of different things that we kind of hoped would be done by now. And so then we kind of think, well, what does New Year's mean then? And for most of us who want to just shift our mentality slightly, right? Start to see what's happened over this past year in a different light. And we start to make these resolutions, and we say, okay, I'm going to start changing things. I'm going to, most of us go to kind of a physical resolution where we say, I want to lose weight. I want to eat more, healthy foods. I want to exercise more. I want to live longer. I want to be with my kids in a different way. I want to be with my spouse in a different way. I want to live a little bit differently. And we think this will bring more happiness, more, maybe a better, more calm state. We think that this will bring change. And that's what we're looking for. But what often happens is that we're not really sure of how to get there, right? And we haven't, we don't have these habits enforced where we're already, jogging every day in order to lose that weight, or we've, have these healthy eating habits. So it's all really new, it's really fresh, and it's really hard. And I want to say, the only resolution that you actually need that's going to go with all of your physical resolutions, all of your mental health resolutions, all of your relationship resolutions, is the resolution of listening to yourself, of learning how to listen to yourself. And for most of us, if not all the people watching this channel, we haven't learned this yet. And so what happens is, we have this really, we have this idea that we're being really effective and efficient when we're one step ahead, right? We're constantly one step ahead of our bodies. So our bodies are just waking up, getting out of bed, and our minds are already on breakfast. Or our bodies are eating breakfast, and our minds are already on the commute to work, or what needs to happen that day, or how we're going to get the kids ready. We are not actually eating breakfast. We are not actually just waking up. We are never just with our bodies in that moment. And what happens when we're constantly trying to be one step ahead is that we don't get to listen to what's going on in that moment. So when our bodies are telling us that we're full, we're just still eating because our mind's already somewhere else. So we're just finishing the bowl, or we're finishing the plate. Right? It's an automatic mode. When our bodies are telling us, that we need to put in even, 15 minutes of exercise in that morning, our mind isn't there anymore. Our mind is already on what needs to get done that day. And so we push those thoughts and those feelings aside, and we say, not now. And we do this in our relationships because we've become so used to doing it with ourselves, right? We push our own stuff away, so we push other people's stuff away. So when they're trying to tell us something, whether it's through their bodies, through their reactions, our kids are doing this all the time, right? They're stuff, but not verbally. And they do this through their behaviors. And we push it aside, and we say, no, not right now, not today. I'm going to deal with this another time. We just don't have the time right now. And we start to get really kind of frustrated. We get agitated. We get, we're tired of the homeschooling. We're tired of the homework. We're tired of them just not getting it. They're not listening. They're not cleaning their room. They're not doing whatever it is that we think we're communicating effectively, but we're not actually in the moment with them. We're not listening to them. We're not listening to what they need because we haven't even learned to do it for ourselves. And so, if you want to learn how to help your kids regulate their emotions so that they can learn better, so that they can be with themselves in a different way, we have to be the ones to demonstrate it. And we can't demonstrate it if we don't know how to do it. And so, for all of these resolutions, those goals that we're trying to reach by the end of this year, and we're always, what's ahead? What's ahead? If we were just in this moment with ourselves, listening to what our bodies are telling us, because I know if you're a parent and you're yelling at your kids, which I do too, when we're in that moment, we feel that it's not the right thing to be doing, that it doesn't need to be happening right now, but we go ahead and do it anyway. It's the same feeling of, when we're eating whatever it is that we're eating and our mind isn't there. Our body's saying, you're full, you're good, you can stop now. But our mind isn't there anymore. We're already on to something else. And it's the same when we're interacting with our kids or our spouses in a way that we know isn't the best way, but our mind is already somewhere else. We're already trying to just sweep this moment away. We don't want to deal with it. And at the end of the day, we feel the guilt. We feel the acknowledgement that we can do better. But we're not sure how, because we haven't learned how to live in that moment with ourselves and to listen to what our bodies are trying to communicate. And if we would take that moment to listen and say, you know what, this yelling doesn't need to happen right now. I need a break. And it's okay that I need a break and my kids need a break. So we're going to break. We're going to come back to this with fresh eyes in a few minutes. This doesn't need to happen right now. Right? And it's the same for everything that we're doing. We're just not listening because we don't know how. And that's okay. But in your New Year's resolution, whatever it is, if it is physical health, if it is mental health, if you are trying to better a relationship with your spouse or your child or another family member, these are typically what we try to do to make ourselves better. But we have to start with ourselves first. If you are not listening to yourself, if you are still, sitting on the couch, even though your body is telling you in every way possible that you need to go for that walk. If you're still sitting there trying to, tell your kid to do this homework or clean that room or whatever it is, but your body's telling you, step back from this, stop taking it so personally and go for a walk. These are all the same signals that our body is giving us that we're just not listening to. So in this resolution, whatever resolution you're making, please remember that it will start with listening to yourself first and learning how to do that and giving yourself that gift so that you can give your kids and your spouse that gift. Have a wonderful day. Have the happiest of New Year's days and weekends. And I'm going to be posting more often because that is something that my body has been telling me I need to be doing more of. And I don't listen to it because I get nervous or whatever it is, but I push it aside and then I feel the guilt later. Same thing. So I'm going to start listening to that one too. And I will see you guys all very soon. And thank you so much for watching. See you guys.